what it was that made you come together with the Lakers, and how this ended up being your decision for this next chapter here.
A combination of things and factors. I don't think it's just one thing that kind of made me decide, but it boiled down to a chance of winning another championship and contributing to a team that is already really good. Having a chance of being part of a great team and seeing how the coach and the GM and everyone thought that I could contribute to that, that to me said a lot. The team that just won a championship, pitching those ideas to you, and that to me was awesome. Obviously, then there's a lot of history with a lot of other stuff, but for me, the most important thing, is how it was going to fit on the court and how I was going to be able to help the team.
Okay, next up, we're going to go to Kyle Goon with the Orange County Register.
Hey, Mark, Kyle. There was a report that you were considering playing in Spain. Obviously, that's your home, and you've had this long history of playing for the Spanish national team. How close were you to actually making that decision, and what about the Lakers kind of pulled you back to the NBA and kept your career going here?
That was not accurate at all. I think someone, made that assumption just because I'm not very, very out there and communicate a lot of things. I think people just try to, make that decision for me and thought that was a good time to try it. But, I never stated that, never even close to that. I never even spoke to Barcelona about it. So that, that came as a surprise to me. But, that's the world that we live in now. You hear something and everybody runs with it. And then, just once free agency opened up, the Lakers, were one of the first teams I called and became interested in being part of the team, and it became pretty easy.
Okay, next, Dan Wyke.
Hey, Mark. Dan Wyke with the LA Times. Congratulations. You've spent your career competing against LeBron James a couple times. You're never a playoff series or anything, but seeing him, what do you think it'll be like to actually play with him? And then I guess, secondly, obviously the bubble was rough for you. Now having a couple months to look back on it, what did you take from that experience, and what do you think kind of moving forwards from it?
So on the first part, just being learning and being part of that and trying to add my experience to make the team a little better if possible. The attributes that I have as a player. Obviously, there's some things that I don't have. I don't have the above the rim lob threat all the time, but I can do a lot of other stuff to help the team win and be better, help my teammate be better as well. So, and when it comes to the bubble, I thought that was the only way to execute the plan that the NBA had. It was a great setup. It didn't work great for me personally, mainly also because we win as a team, and I didn't perform at the level that I wish that I did, but I prepare myself to do that, and sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you want it. I hope we don't have to go through that again. That would not be good news for us, or on a bigger picture of the world.
Okay, Dave McMenamin, please.
Hey, Mark, Dave McMenamin with ESPN. Good to see you. You mentioned that you were the one who called the Lakers. I just wanted to see if you could give us a little bit of insight into that process, when you called, if it was Friday, who you spoke to express your interest, and then just any comment on the fact that you're joining the franchise where your brother really made his name in the NBA.
So no, I was not the first one to call. They actually called first. They were the first ones, one of the first franchises, if not the first one, to call me. But that, to me, that's not relevant. who did it first. It's not that important. And then what it mean to me to be a part of the Lakers, you said? Or
just the fact that the POW won the 2 championships here in LA, and obviously you were drafted by the Lakers, and just to join.
I think there's a bunch of cool backstories, for before me joining the Lakers, being drafted, a while ago by the team. That was, short, but it was kind of cool. And then obviously watch Spal through all his years here and grow as a player and grow as a man in LA. Actually, I had a chance to be in both playoff series, the one that they lost in Boston and then the one that they won in the Staples. I was there too. So, got to live up close. A lot of people that are around the team that, well, you guys know, but probably the big public doesn't know, and so how they interacted and how much, they care about the players, how great they took care of them. So all those things are awesome, and I think they're a role model for a lot of teams in the NBA.
Thanks.
Yep.
Okay, Bill Oram, please.
Hey, Mark. Welcome, Bill Oram. I cover the team for The Athletic. Last year the Lakers had one of the top defenses in the league with these, 2 high-flying kind of rim protectors at center in JaVale and Dwight. I'm curious, at this stage of your career, different kind of defender. What do you see the way this team has been built? What kind of defense you guys can have, and maybe what have some of your conversations with Frank, if you had the opportunity to have those yet, have sort of shown you about? Sorry, screaming baby. Shown you about what this defense could look like.
Obviously, I try to get to places before I have to jump in the air, because my time that I'm going to spend in the air is not very long. But I try to use my instincts and my knowledge of the game and the way that I studied to get there before the offense gets there. So use a lot of communication as a center. You're behind them. I think communication builds trust. And it solves problems. Whenever we see an issue, I know we're going to have that great communication. We're all going to be on the same page, because at the end of the day, you need defense to win games. I think the whole team is a defensive-minded team. Frank is a defensive-minded coach. But everybody, as you can, once you start studying, I'm sure you guys have, how the playoff went. They're very open-minded. They're not afraid. They're creative, and I think that's a great sign, because that means that everybody has a lot of capabilities and ways of doing different things. So it's great to see.
Okay, next up, Melissa Rowland. Okay, it looks like Melissa is on mute. So
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead, Melissa.
I'm so sorry about that. Just kind of a follow-up to Dave's question. I'm curious, when Powell found out that you were coming to the Lakers, what was his reaction? And obviously playing for the Lakers is, very unique. Did he give you any advice going forward about playing in LA and playing alongside, playing with this organization?
No, we haven't really, he hasn't really given me advice at this moment, other than, I know where he lived at. I know the area quite well. I got to spend a lot of time with him, like I said, around the team back then and around the city back then as well. So he hasn't given me any advice on, it was a completely different team than it is now. I don't think there's any players left from back then, and a completely different coaching staff. So it's up to me to make it work more than anything.
Okay, Alan Sleva.
Hey, Mark, welcome to the Lakers. Alan Sleva with 710 ESPN. I just want to get your, now that the dust has kind of settled a little bit, your thoughts on the roster and your thoughts on playing with Anthony Davis specifically, just how you two can jive together.
Playing with another, I don't, you can call it big, but he's so unique that I can, do different things on the court to create space for him, try to give him easy baskets, not only for him, but any teammate. I always look for making their job easier on offense, trying to have the defense chasing the ball a little bit and not knowing what's going to happen and being a step ahead. Obviously, you have a point guard that is unique as well, LeBron, and kind of understand how we can work as a team and everybody else too. Like, to me, just obviously those two guys are unique and kind of the head of the team, but then the rest of the group, we all have to work as a unit as well, and everything has to be on the same page. So it's going to be fun. I can't wait to start working with the team and understand everybody's tendencies and what they like to work at and operate on the floor. Obviously, I know the tendencies from playing against, but at the same time, putting that into their comments and seeing one-on-one what they like to do and seeing it firsthand, it's, I think it's going to be pretty awesome. It's a great challenge for me. I look forward to it.
Okay, next up, Andy Kamenetsky.
Hey, Mark. Andy Kamenetsky, helped cover the team for The Athletic. You're known as one of the best passing big men in the league, and LeBron's obviously one of the best passers ever. How do you picture the different ways you guys can utilize those passing skill sets together?
We're going to have to, see it and see it on the floor and see how it works. Obviously, I'm a first pass kind of guy, but somebody he's going to score too whenever at his will. Whenever he decides to score, he's going to be able to score. Obviously, it's different when you pitch it from the outside than when you're in the inside. See how can you adapt to his game and the team game, because they play a certain way. There's a lot of flow to their offense and a lot of triggers that they create on the 2-on-2, even on the fast break. They create a lot of points, but that starts defensively and creating those stops so the team can fly out and create easy points. So that transition, it's going to be fun. Having him as a quick outlet and an easy target, because he's such a big target that you can get, or even Anthony Davis when he contests the shot and runs, and the wings, having KCP or whoever else the other wing is, it's going to be fun. But it all starts getting those stops.
Okay, we'll just do a couple more, Mark. We're going to go to Josh Lewenberg.
Hey, Mark, it's Josh Lewenberg from TSN in Toronto. Congrats on the deal. Outside of the obvious and winning a championship, what will you remember most about your time in Toronto? And then it sounds like your decision came down to the Raptors and the Lakers. How tough was a decision? How tough of a decision was that for you to make?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, Mark.
Hi. So it was tough. It was very hard. The first couple days were a little tough for me, but once you kind of decide, okay, what you want to do next, how you want to go about your next challenge, I thought the right thing to do was go with the Lakers. How I'm going to remember the Raptors, first I'm going to miss Toronto. Toronto, it's been a great place. My family was very settled there, very comfortable. They really enjoyed their time. My kids love their school. Everybody that probably the Raptors I know about, but teachers, parents at the school, everyone that we interacted with, we're gonna miss dearly, and that's just the way. Sadly, this business goes. But I thought my run in Toronto could not get better, and already we would always be chasing the next ring that I wasn't sure that we were gonna I was gonna be able to be the player that they needed me to be there in order to win it. So I thought that the right thing to do for me was to join the Lakers and contribute to what they got going on. I told my teammates that remained there, Kyle, Freddie, Pascal, Norm, and the rest of the guys, and even Coach, how much they meant to me, how much they helped me. And I'm going to miss them a lot. I can't lie to you, because we went through something together that is very unique, that is very special, and it creates a bond forever. And no one can take that away from us.
Thank you, Mark. All the best to you and your family in LA.
Thank you, Josh.
Okay, Kari Jones.
How you doing, Mark? Congrats on your signing with the Lakers. Can you speak on, obviously you won the championship in 2019 with the Toronto. Can you speak on how you're going to bring that championship mentality to the Lakers and help them compete for another one?
Hi, Kerry. I think they already have that mentality, and that was something that on our conversation, that's something that of course the guys are hungry for more. It's not like it's a one and done deal. Everyone in the locker room starts with their leadership once more, because that's just the way they are built, and that was very very refreshing to see. And everyone is on the same page. So I'm just going to contribute with my skill set, with my mindset as well as a player. I like to compete a lot. I compete. It's kind of a gift and a curse. I compete at everything I do all the time. Obviously, there's things that I do very well, and there's some things that I just physically I'm not that kind of player. But I'll make up for it, with my grit and my determination to get a win. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, and Mark, the last two will be in Spanish. Are you okay with that? Okay.
I'm good in Spanish.
Okay. Okay, Claudia, you're next.
Mark, bienvenido a Los Ángeles. Claudia Gestro del Canal 22. ¿Me escuchas?
¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás, Claudia?
Claro que sí, mucho gusto de verte de aquí por aquí. Los Ángeles Lakers tienen un grupo de jugadores con tamaño que pueden jugar en conjunto. ¿Te gusta ese estilo?
Sí, me gusta el estilo, me gusta formar parte de esa mentalidad defensora, que a ellos les gusta mucho trabajar en defensa como grupo, como equipo, utilizando su tamaño y su inteligencia para ganar partidos. Entonces, formar parte de un equipo con esa mentalidad y esas capacidades es especial.
Vas a jugar al lado de Montrezl Harrell. ¿Qué posibilidades ves de esa combinación?
Él es un jugador que es muy bueno uno contra uno. Intentarle generar en canastas fáciles con mi manera de jugar, de pasar el balón, y nada, intentar aportar al equipo lo máximo posible.
Y último ¿cuál es tu mensaje para todos los fanáticos de Los Ángeles que te están mirando?
Nada, que es un placer, un orgullo para mí formar parte de una franquicia con tanta historia, una responsabilidad también, y que lo voy a llevar con muchísimo orgullo. Estoy seguro que va a ser, pues eso, una experiencia muy especial, y espero que se sientan bien representados.
Muchas gracias, bienvenido.
Muchas gracias.
Okay, and last question is with Andres.
Hi, Mark. Hola, Mark. Es Andrés con Marca Claro. Bienvenido a Los Ángeles. La primera pregunta es, ¿cuáles factores tomaron tu decisión para decidir Los Ángeles sobre Toronto? Y si crees que tú puedes igualar el mismo suceso que tuvo tu hermano con los Lakers, con ese equipo que vas a jugar aquí en los próximos 2 años.
Al final lo decidí básicamente por las ganas de levantarme cada día con la opción de ganar, y ganar, pues contribuir más que ganar, contribuir a un equipo que es ya muy especial, pues intentar contribuir a que sigan siéndolo. El hecho de que ellos creyeran desde el primer momento que yo realmente puedo contribuir a eso, pues me hizo sentir muy especial y con mucha responsabilidad. Y es una motivación, no te voy a engañar, para mí que un equipo como ese pues tenga ese interés, me hizo decidir por esta opción.
Y por último, hoy salieron noticias que Maradona falleció. Tú como un fanático de fútbol, ¿qué mensaje o qué palabras puedes decir por lo que acaba de suceder hoy?
Pues un pesar muy grande, primero a su familia,